Dr. Justin Davis, our guest, he is an expert in neuromechanics and neuroscience, and he is part of a team that has a new little store in West Vancouver called Nognz, not spelled N-O-G-G-I-N-S.
Nope.
N-O-G-N-Z.
That's right.
Of course it would be.
Of course it would be.
Mm-hmm. So, if you want to play a game to exercise a certain part of the brain, can you do that? Or do all games exercise all parts?
So challenging yourself with a new puzzle or a new task is always great. But what we really encourage people to do is get diverse with the types of activities you're doing. So at Noggins, we have books, we have puzzles, we have board games that stimulate the brain in 5 different ways. We have a critical thinking shelf where we have activities that really require to use that frontal lobe.
Like tilt.
Like tilt. So tilt requires you to make a plan and figure out how you are going to get this little green tile into the center hole without getting the blue tile in there. So if I tilt myself forward like this, like that, and if I were to go this way, I'd lose. So what I have to do is I have to find the appropriate route, plan my movements, and figure out how I'm going to get this guy in here like that. And then somehow,
so glad you're doing that.
I know, it takes a second for me to actually figure this out. Everything's a challenge. So it's going to go back, and eventually, I had this one before the break.
That's okay. It's live television.
It's live television.
Maybe it's your nerves. Because when the brain is stressed, it's not as easy to play tilt.
No, it's not as easy to play tilt.
But
somehow,
we get
some
the
way.
idea.
Exactly. Somehow,
and that
some
is
way.
for critical thinking, right?
So planning, moving.
Strategy.
Strategy.
Like chess?
Like chess.
A little bit.
So chess lives on our critical thinking shelf along with a lot of other 2-player strategy games that require to use logic, plan, make a decision.
Great.
Those real frontal lobe functions.
Major premise, minor premise, conclusion.
Exactly.
Isn't that what you learned in logistics?
Exactly.
Word skills.
Word skills. So we have our word skills shelf that has something that's a little bit more than the typical crosswords. So we have learn a new language on that shelf. But we also have this fun game called Pathwords. So Pathwords is like a word search.
Instead of passwords.
No, path. P-A-T-H. And under here, we have a bunch of hidden words. And we have these individual Tetris pieces. And you, as a user, have to figure out how you're going to cover up all of the hidden words that are in there. So very quickly, you can kind of see here, it says quiz. So this Tetris piece is going to fit over quiz.
Oh, I see.
We have jaw. So our good old jaw, it's going to fit that piece. And we have the word inch written backwards. So I'd be able to cover that one up.
That's right.
And then written backwards, I have the word tempo, which is a little bit harder to see.
I was looking at met, but it was too short.
So tempo. So I'm able to use all of my pieces.
There you are, and it's beautiful, and you change that up, obviously.
And you change
There's a book underneath.
Progressively
the little secret book.
Progressively
Okay, so focus, Tang Ramino, is it here?
Yeah, so this one's going to be a fun one for you, Fanny. So,
I'm sure.
Like I mentioned.
Me who can't find my way to the suburbs?
Yeah, the part of our brain that's involved in processing visual information. So here you get some very simple geometric shapes. So I need one little triangle, I need 3 of these guys, I need 2 rectangles, and I need 1 cube. Right. I'm not going to use the rest of them, and somehow, some way, I'm going to put this guy together to create this house project.
Yes, you are,
yes.
And I'm not, because I can't put a Tinker Toy together.
Yeah.
But I bet if I worked long enough, and I don't have much patience,
right.
That's not a good thing.
Well, patience is important, as well as sort of that desire to persevere and really challenge yourself.
Sure.
So Tang Ramino starts out in 2 dimensions, but once you're done working in 2 dimensions, you can move on to Architecto, which is a 3-dimensional challenge, which is something altogether way
different.
harder.
I remember my days in solid geometry.
Yeah.
They weren't so pleasant. Memory?
Memory. So our memory shelf is full of books, full of memory exercises, tips and strategies to help you improve your memory, as well as little games like Pixie Cubes.
Any age?
Any age. Any age. A lot of fun. So
I find the younger ones, I guess because they're not thinking about life issues. They're very good at this.
They're fabulous with memory exercises because they have very simple strategies. Us, we get focused on the minutia of the little details.
Sure,
like,
current affairs,
like
politics,
the
debt ceiling.
Exactly. Trying to remember what all 4 squares could be. Whereas someone who's a little bit younger looks at the big picture and they're like, oh, I just need to create a red kind of flying kite with half a green ice cream cone and half a yellow ice cream cone. And I'm going to flip that over, and then I'm going to use my little cubits, or my little pixie cubes here, to try and make that. So somehow, some way, I'd be able to use 4 of these to recreate this complicated visual pattern.
And there's many cards.
There's many cards. You can play
and
against
what
a
about
friend.
coordination?
Coordination. So we have a lot of different products that challenge our ability to perceive three-dimensional space, as well as challenge our fine motor skills. So this is a game called Jishaku, and for people who have kind of issues with their fine motor skills, opening jars, doing things like that, this is a great little game. So you're going to take 9 of these magnets.
Does that improve your tennis? No.
All
what am I
important
doing?
tennis. So you're trying to get rid of all of your magnets. So I'm going to put one down, you're going to put one down.
Right.
And what you want to do is not have them snap together like that. You got to get rid of all your magnets before mine. So you own these 2 now.
What do you mean? Well, you didn't tell me that part.
Oh, well, we didn't have time
I'm a
to
good
talk before
sport,
the show.
no.
All right, so then I'm going to go over there.
Okay, I'm going in the middle. I
You're
see
gonna
you
go
have to
in the
go
middle.
away.
You got to go away. You got to figure out how you're going to precisely place these. So we're going to run out of space pretty quick.
We are.
Oh, so those would all go together, so I'd lose those guys. I lose. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fanny,
nice to see you.
Nice to see you
A
too.
real
Thanks
pleasure.
for having me.
Thank you. Dr. Justin Davis from Nognz.